Hey fam, so I'm getting ready to make my curry jackfruit seeds. So here's my jackfruit, so I have them washed, and I'm going to boil them for about 45 minutes until a bit soft, because I don't want them to be too soft. I want some kind of a texture to it, and then I'm going to mash them like a potato. And then I'm going to saute my seasoning. I got me a tomato, some scallions, and 2 cloves of garlic, a piece of ginger. I love ginger, so I'm going to use all of this, and an onion. So those are my ingredients. And also I'm going to be using some oregano, and I'm growing this tree. I actually brought a piece from Florida. Can you believe that? I cut a piece about this much and wrapped it around with a wet paper towel and stuck it into a plastic bag and stuck it into my carry-on. And this is how much I have. I had so much of this stuff. So I'm going to replant. Some of it I'm going to cut right here and replant into another pot. So this is going to be part of my ingredient. So I'm just going to take a couple of leaves. Let's take one from here. And look at that nice fresh oregano. And that's going to be a part of my ingredients, of my seasoning actually. And then the rest of the ingredients is your red chili, tomato paste, coconut milk, masala, and I actually drove over to Indian grocery store to pick this up. I couldn't find it in the regular store that I was earlier. And then some Blue Mountain curry powder, salt and pepper to taste, and I got me some pink Himalayan salt. I used nothing else but this. And then this stuff here, warning, this stuff is hot, but it gives such a good flavor. This is all from the Indian store. It's like a mango pickle, and you just need a little bit, a small amount, because it's really hot, but it gives a nice bang, nice flavor. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. And then with my curry, actually, let me go back. I have some leftover jackfruit, the fruit. So I'm going to cut a few pieces into my jackfruit seed after I cook them and season and start adding my other ingredients. I'm just going to put a few of them in and cut those up. Alright, so I'm going to have yellow yam. And of course I butchered it because most of it was damaged. But I was able to save a few pieces of it. And normally you're supposed to like dig into it to see how it is. If it's nice and yellow, it's good. And I didn't. I just like pretty much grabbed a piece and kept moving. So I learned my lesson, because like I said, half of it is gone. So I'm soaking that in some water because I don't want it to turn brown. And then I'm going to have some avocado. Look at this avocado. This is supposed to be grown, or said to have been grown in Dominican Republic and Miami. But it's pretty funny shape. I've never seen an avocado like this before. And then I have some frozen, which from fresh bok choy and mustard greens cut up together. A mixture of it. It's like a medley. So I used and of course freeze the rest, since I'm going to have that as my side dishes. Alright, so let me get my cooking on, and I'll come back with the finished product, and of course I'll post the recipe in the description box. Alright fam, laters. So it's been 45 minutes and the jackfruit seeds are now cooked, and you can see I could pretty much mash them with my fingers, so you want to get it to that texture. But when you cook them, you will notice that this white shell will start to come off, so you need to remove the shell. You can hear it, you know. So I would suggest to run them through some cold water, and then remove them. So you don't need to cook these. This is waste. Alright, so I'm going to put them to the side and then mash them like a potato. Not too mushy, but leave some texture to it. And once I'm finished with that, I'm going to saute my seasonings, and I'll come right back. So I'm now sauteing my onions, and I should be using a plastic or wooden spoon for this. Mess up my pots. So just sauteing my onions and turn it down a bit. And while that's sauteing, I'm going to go ahead and add my ingredients, which is chili, tomato paste, the coconut milk, and my curry, salt and pepper to taste. And then I'm going to add it to my seasonings here. Alright, and I'll come back. Okay, so here's the mixture of coconut milk, and I use like a 1/4 cup, and I'll add more as I go along because I don't want it to be too thick or, you know, too runny. I used a pinch of chili because it's pretty hot, so I opted out on the mango pickle because that's enough spice for me. I'm good. I am straight. So about 1/2 teaspoon of chili pepper, red chili, and I used a tablespoon of tomato paste, a dash of black pepper, and I used about a tablespoon of masala. And this will eliminate your salt because it's, you know, it's seasoned, so it has enough salt in it. And about a tablespoon of curry. It gives it that nice curry flavor together with the masala and the curry. And so this is what it looks like. Of course, I'm stirring it up together, and I'm going to add this to my saute that's going on here. It's looking good. Look at that caramelizing. It's getting brown. Look at that right there. See that? So I think we're ready. It's ready to be ready to add the mix. And I'll be right back. So here's the jackfruit, the jackfruit seeds. So I crushed a bit of them, but the rest I'm gonna slice them up like this. You know, like little pieces, like dice them, because I want some texture. And be very careful because you will get a few that still have the shell on top, like this one. See, I just found a shell. So make sure you get all of them. Yep, little sucker tried to sneak in, but got him. So I'm going to go ahead and keep slicing the rest of the jackfruit seeds. And still sauteing. Look at that. Look how rich and beautifully caramelized this is looking. So what I did, I added some more coconut milk and a bit more masala to even out the taste. And like I said, you don't have to add salt, it's up to you, but I think the masala has enough salt in it instead of using any kind of salt, enough sodium. So I'm gonna let this caramelize some more while I slice. I might add a bit more coconut milk because I want it to be that nice gravy taste. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut up a few pieces of the jackfruit to give it that sweet, salty taste to it. Give it a nice flavor. And I'm just going to let that sit for a minute and keep cutting. Keep slicing away on the jackfruit seed. Be right back. Okay, so I've now added the diced up jackfruit to my seasoning, and I'm just going to work it in. I'm using one hand here, so bear with me. I think I'm going to go ahead and add some more coconut milk to it. Oh, one hand. And then I'm just going to let it simmer. And get a nice little gravy to it. But here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more coconut milk. And just let it simmer. Now look how beautiful that looks once it's all in it, soaked in. It's coming along quite well. Can't wait to dig in. I know you guys want a plate. Okay, be right back. So here we are again. It's now simmering down into a nice gravy. Look at that. And I think I'm going to add me some more onions to it. And of course the ingredients that I posted in the description is not written in stone, so if you know how to cook, go ahead and do your taste test. Alright, so if it says a tablespoon of salt, and then you taste it, you come back and say, well, it's bland, you know, or my blood pressure went up because it's too much. You know, you use your judgment and just adjust your taste as you go. But I like that gravy that's coming up on top. And if you can see here, the jackfruit, it's like little chunks of it. So my battery is low, so now you're seeing nothing but darkness. Hey fam, so I am back with the final product of the curried jackfruit seed. And if I can describe the taste, it's more like chickpeas, except for that distinct jackfruit taste, a little sweetness to it. And I did add some of the jackfruit to the seeds also. And so here's the final product. And of course, I'm having it with avocado, some fried plantains, and a medley of turnip greens and bok choy. And the avocado I showed earlier looks like this. It's pretty long. And the seed, I'm going to plant it. And here I have one from the other avocado. And there are plenty of videos on YouTube that shows you how to plant. So you pretty much put 2 toothpicks on both ends, and then you face down this part and have the longer part out of the water and the stumpier part into the water till it gets a lot of roots, and then you could, and of course it's going to sprout a little avocado tree coming up, and then you root it. I mean you put it in a pot with soil. So I'm gonna plant these as soon as they start rooting. And so I said I will be back with the final product, and here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. And of course I changed my mind as far as what I was gonna eat with it. I was gonna have yellow yam, and I think I mentioned green banana. Probably not, but I changed my mind. Avocado, fried plantains, and these plantains are very sweet, and a medley of bok choy and turnip greens. Alright, I'm gonna go dig in, and hope you enjoyed the process. Later, fam. Peace.